I made the decision to give myself to the light, to serve the higher energy and vibrational energies of consciousness, the angels, the ascended masters, like to really tune into their essence more so than humanity, which doesn't mean that I think I'm superior to humans, but I feel I've always been more connected to these angelic beings and their wisdom, and often the humans around me just, they were lost and they were confused and they were trying to cause me to be lost and confused with them. And it was to the point of violence in my life many times, of submit or else. And I feel like many of us have really been challenged with this in their own way. And I tolerated certain things up to a point in my life and things I will not tolerate any longer. And a big part of that shifting is the self-love. And I feel, when I made my agreement to be very transparent and honest, I, in my essence, am a very grateful being. It's like I'm wired that way. My fiance, he tells me daily how much he loves me because of how grateful I am for everything. Like, if he does the simplest thing for me, I just tell him how much I adore him over and over. And it's really because that is who I am. I'm very grateful. I feel appreciation. I feel joy. I feel passion for life. And I feel like this is a gift and a blessing that I'm breathing right now. I don't look at this as something I'm entitled to, or something to just be taken lightly. I feel that life is playful, but we have this beautiful time here, and it's sacred, and it's an amazing gift. And if we all could see that, we would live very differently. And one of the things that I brought up about connected to ego that I feel she's referencing was I had put a bio on my Facebook page, just because I was getting ready for an interview with a host and she wanted me to write a bio. So I wrote up just kind of what I felt about myself as a healer, what's led me to that place, and I shared it. And pretty much unanimously, I got nothing but positive feedback. And I got one person, though, that wrote me a private message that told me, who do you think you are? You're, I'm trying to remember the word she used for it now, but basically she said that it seemed as if I was gloating, and that my spiritual gifts were gifts, and that I should remain humble, and that I should not be gloating about my gifts or what my abilities were. And when I like reread my bio, and I was just like, I don't see that at all. And so when I was listening to what she said in her words, I was feeling it. And I have a very powerful gift of discernment. I can feel intention when people speak to me. I can feel it in things I read. And what I got was the intention was coming from a place of power play. And I felt this individual was feeling fear and insecurity in herself, in her own gifts. She was feeling inadequacy. And therefore, my speaking so openly and honestly threatened her in some way and caused her to feel that was gloating. And I wrote her back a private message and just thanked her for her awareness, thanked her for sharing what she saw, but that I felt that if she truly saw me, if she truly felt my vibration, then she would understand that there was nothing gloating about it, that it was just, I just speak truth. I speak calm, confident, clear truth. It's like the calm and assertive energy of the alpha. I don't think I'm better because I enter with that confidence and that alignment. I just know I am connected. I know that I am understanding. I trust my own intuition, and I trust the feelings and the vibrations that I'm given, because they're always given to me and prove themselves to be spot on. And so I felt like it was a challenge from her to deny myself and to betray myself to please her. And I think that this is something that we all have to be really mindful of, is when people come along, whether they're our loved ones, it could be our mother, who I only say it because I love you. And they may say those words, but what is their vibration telling you? It's time that we stop attaching ourselves to words, whether people are flattering us with their words or they're trying to control us with their words, by negatively criticizing us. Either way, it's a form of control. And if we are tuned into our own vibration enough, we can feel and discern an intention, another's intention. And it's important that we start to really tune into that vibrationally, because people do use words to control each other all the time. And I feel personally, I don't have anything to apologize for in my confidence or in my connection. I feel I'm very humble. I feel grateful and humble about everything in my life. Yet it doesn't mean that I don't feel powerful. And I think that what's shifting for us is that as we embody this feminine energy and we're allowing that feminine receptive energy to rise, we are coming back to a place of honoring the intuition, of honoring our psychic knowing, of allowing and receiving the goodness. And this is not what we're familiar with or comfortable with as far as humanity is concerned. This is pretty new. And so some people will feel threatened by that. They'll feel a little bit insecure about the fact that you could walk as so calm, cool, and collected, because internally they don't feel that calmness. They don't feel that centeredness and that connection. So it's important that we don't let their misalignment trigger the same within ourselves. But I do feel it's important to speak truth. And so, like with this individual, which I send love to this person because she's, a loving being, and she had her moment, and I sent love and truth to her with the highest intention to help her and to show her, this is who I am, and I'm okay. I don't really need to be saved or need to be scolded because I'm shining. And I feel like we all have so much room to improve on our feeling that we have a right to shine. From like childhood on, some of us were encouraged to shine, but many were not. Many were told, dim that light, it's too bright. You need to just calm it down because you make me uncomfortable. Your excitement, your enthusiasm and passion, it's too much. You need to calm it down. And I really feel personally that we should not dim our light for anyone. We are not here to dim our lights. We're here to shine, and we're here to encourage each other to shine. And so Spirit tells me that often, to just maintain my own alignment and vibration, to keep soaring, to keep shining, because I will give hope to others who dare to do the same. And that some, when that's happening, can feel very threatened, especially those close to you. Like if you have family members that they see you evolving, but they aren't evolving, they're not going with that expansion and that shift. It can feel very threatening to them, and their own fears that they have about that expansion, they will try to project upon you. So be mindful that you don't take others' fears personally, and really learn to discern that. Like, is this a fear that I'm feeling internally? Is this like a true warning in my intuition kind of guiding me? Or is this someone projecting their fear and their worry on me in an attempt to control me or to stifle my growth? It's kind of like throwing a lasso over the horse and pulling them down. And we do it, and then we say it's because we love each other. And we have so much room for expansion in our awareness of what love is. I have not met very many humans that understand what love is. And I feel like we have a lot of room to improve on that. The way Source shows me, it's an unconditional energy, and it is without attachment. We don't need to latch on to people and be codependently attached to them. An example of that is, many of us have been taught to be a good mother or a good wife or a good friend means we need to be taking responsibility for everybody's stuff. And if they've got something going on, we need to go rescue them. Or, oh, how could you let that happen to your child? Like, you're their mother. You should have done something. And I say this kind of joking, but it's no joking matter. I mean, this is an energy issue on the planet that's caused a lot of suffering and is continuing to. And it's really important that we understand that all spiritual beings are free. And if we understand we're free, then all spiritual beings are free. No one belongs to us. We don't belong to anyone. Even our most beloved is a gift, and we will choose to align with our beloved and join our energies, or we will choose to separate and move in different directions if that connection no longer serves us. And so really, like, if you're looking at your child as something you own, like a possession, that's my child, my daughter, that's my man, if we're looking at things in that way, that's right there is your first step of misalignment that will continue to cause disruption in your life. So if we can really love others without attachment, and we can honor them, honor their boundaries, honor their journey, allow them to flow in whatever ways. It may be for some that they are on a path that feels really negative to us and that we are concerned for them, but we can send them love and energy from a distance as they find their way. We don't need to go in there and try to control and make them go in a certain direction. And some souls really need to get their butts kicked to learn. It's just, we've all had our own way that we come to a place of understanding. And for some of us, we, if we're very stubborn, we really have to go the rough route to learn the lesson. And for others, someone could just share wisdom, and they're open enough and intuitive enough to thank them and say, thank you for that wisdom. That saved me a butt kicking. So I'm appreciative. But basically, we all have these opportunities to just clear that ego and clear that sense of superiority or inferiority within us. And as we do that, we will no longer look at each other in that way. We won't look at each other through those eyes. I feel the way I see the world, I look out of these eyes of such love and reverence for all life, the animals, the plants, the people. It's all beautiful and important. And there's just a reverence there. And I feel I look for the highest good in all souls. I truly want the best for them. And as a teacher and a healer, as a mother, a wife, a friend, I set my intention to always honor that and to shine the light and help challenge those who Spirit leads into my life to understand that alignment and to really live with that freedom. However, if you're freshly coming into this place, you may not always be supported by the people that have been around you. If you've been around a lot of lower vibrational beings and you're awakening, chances are when you first start setting your healthy boundaries and you start taking a stand and you're clearing ego and you're coming from a place of confidence and connection with Source, you may not always be supported. And so it's important that you know your connection with Source, that you do meditate and connect daily and remember who you are, because often those humans, they're going to be in fear because something's changing and they don't like that change. They're threatened by that change. They are comfortable with ego. They're comfortable with victimization or someone dominating them and telling them what to do. And you giving them choices and freedom and space can feel really foreign to them. And so I think it's kind of a place where we can offer our compassion and our patience as this is shifting and these energies are expanding. And it's really important that we honor our own alignment and our own boundaries as that happens and not cater and enable. And so
Tony,
Yes. Sorry, you scared me. Go ahead. I was
I'll
like, is
try.
that you,
There,
source?
there is a long statement here. I'll try to read it without coughing.
Okay, you're fine.
Eileen is saying, I was lashed out at it a couple of weeks ago when they felt I was